Mr. Asmas Asghar is one of the 6 UN Development Programme High Commissioners. He was awarded the Entrepreneur of the Year by Esquire magazine in 2016, General Manager of the Year voted by AB magazine in 2017. Mr. Asmat Asghar is also the founder and CEO of the Hult Prize Foundation, one of the 5 world-changing ideas voted by Time magazine in 2013. Hult Prize is an annual award for students, masters, PhD, alumni have graduated all over the world. Was a social entrepreneurship sponsored by the United Nations and sponsored by former US President Bill Clinton along with Hult International Business School. Recently, the Hult Prize Foundation has been present in Vietnam to support social entrepreneurs starting a business.
Hello and welcome to Sharing Vietnam on VTC 10 NetVid channel. And on today's show, we will have a conversation with Mr. Asmat Asghar, a typical social entrepreneur, and he is also the founder and CEO of the Hult Prize Foundation. And let's talk to him right now. Hello, Mr. Asmat Asghar, and it's nice to have you here today.
Thanks for having me here. It's a pleasure for all of you out there, for us to be here in Vietnam on behalf of the Social Impact Foundation and the Hult Prize Foundation. Thank you very much.
And you have traveled to many countries around the world, and what brought you to Vietnam?
It's a great honor to be here in Vietnam, visiting one of my best friends. I love the food here, I love the people, I love the culture, and I look forward to establishing more and more relationships here in Vietnam with not just the university community. We're also working with university officials and some ministers to discuss the opportunity to train more youth. I think we're in a position to train more than 100,000 youth here in Vietnam every year on business skills and the business skills of the future. So I'm really excited about that. I have been in the impact space for over a decade, but I've been a businessman pretty much my entire life. So my parents immigrated to the United States from Palestine in the 60s. And like the son of most immigrant parents, I wanted to make my mom and dad very happy. They came with nothing. My father came from a very small village where they didn't even have roads. And as a child growing up, when we grew up in a city called Leavenworth in a state called Kansas. And for those of you that know where the United States is, it's the very center of America's family. There was me, and actually one of my best friends was Vietnamese. So as a young kid, even at 9 or 10, I got involved in business very early. And I took that business know-how with me all the way to college. I graduated and I ended up going into investment banking.
So we have mentioned about the Hult Prize Foundation, and I am curious about what is Hult Prize Foundation, and can you please share with us about the reasons that you started it?
And at the age of 21, I had already made my first $1 million. And then the financial market collapsed in the United States, and I started a new company. And this time I swore that I wouldn't just make money, that I would create a business that made money and did good. So I looked for a lot of those businesses to start to be involved in, and I didn't find any. And that's when I created the Hult Prize Foundation. Hult Prize Foundation began as a very simple competition of young people in universities to come up with the very best idea that could make money while changing the world. And in partnership with President Bill Clinton, we awarded a $1 million seed capital prize. What we've learned since launching in the last 10 years is that the idea of building a business which also solves social problems is actually the future of the economy. And the challenge we have is young people, especially college and university students, they don't have the basic skills or the knowledge to be able to actually create this kind of an enterprise, So at Hult Prize, our mission has been for the last 10 years to equip young people and train them, educate them, and teach them how to build robust, innovative enterprise that can imagine, make money, and help the poor. And we've trained more than 2 million students in the last 10 years, and that's why we're extra excited to be here in Vietnam, because I do believe that this region, especially Vietnam, represents an opportunity for our youth, and there's 40 million Vietnamese that are under the age of 25. So we really think that this is the right time to be in Vietnam. We have some great companies here, just locally in Vietnam. You look at like Y Wine, for example. Actually, one of the founders of that company is one of the founding investors for Hult Prize Vietnam. That's a regular company which has integrated social mission into its company. So with every bottle of wine and every transaction that happens, you have some positive social benefit going into a product or service. And that's the future. And within our Hult Prize community, we have thousands of companies which offer service, and every next sale, imagine every dollar of revenue they generate both has social purpose as well as for-profit purpose. And that's the beginning of an evolution of the social enterprise.
And what are the qualifications that the young people, especially the young students, need to have if they want to join in this business?
So it's important to understand that the idea of a social enterprise, this word will no longer be used in the next 3 or 4 years. It's just an enterprise, because we live in a world where shared value and shared economy is the future. So it's important to understand, if you're a young person out there and you want to build a business, if you don't integrate the environment, society, and social goodwill and impact into your business, likely you will have a struggle getting customers, getting investors, and ultimately hiring young people who simply won't want to work for your company. I think the top 3 skills, number 1 are creativity. Understanding where to play. What business should I start and where should I look for an opportunity? 2, open-mindedness. So a lot of times we live in the East, we live under cultural bias and expectation. I think we need to really work on our open-mindedness as to what kinds of businesses that we need. And 3rd is being resilient, joining different programs like the Hult Prize and exposing yourself to more opportunities to learn. Because once you know what to learn, it's easier then to pursue that knowledge. And that's what we like to do at the Hult Prize, is open up the horizons of young people around the world.
Currently in the world, the social enterprise movement is developing strongly and spreading in many fields. Appearing in Vietnam in recent years, young social enterprises in Vietnam exist in the form of organizations working for the community, using profits to reinvest and take care of life, creating jobs for disadvantaged people in society. In the first decades of the 21st century, the strong development and the scale and quantity of this type of business brought about a change of the social of the Enterprise Law 2014. The law recognizes social enterprises as a business form with specific criteria, rights, and obligations. Since then, there have been many social enterprises marking their names with the unique and innovative products and services in the market. Currently, Vietnam has about 1,000 social enterprises operating in many fields such as education, handicraft, environmental protection. Many social enterprises have created their reputation with their own brand, exporting products to foreign countries, creating jobs for disadvantaged people, and helping society develop towards sustainability. However, due to their peculiarities, social enterprises still face many difficulties in accessing social capital sources, lack of experience in promoting themselves, in order to help them introduce their brands, service products to domestic and foreign investors.
Nói đến chuyện là giải quyết các vấn đề xã hội, thường mọi người sẽ có một cái nhận thức đấy là công việc của nhà nước, của chính quyền, hoặc là việc của các tổ chức phi chính phủ, hoặc là tổ chức phi lợi nhuận. Ít khi mọi người nghĩ đến phần là một doanh nghiệp có thể đứng ra dành cái lợi nhuận của mình để giải quyết vấn đề xã hội. Cái khả năng chuyên môn của họ về cái lĩnh vực, ví dụ như là giải quyết về vấn đề giáo dục, vấn đề y tế, vấn đề môi trường, họ có chuyên môn rất là tốt. Nhưng mà nhiều khi những cái kỹ năng về kinh doanh, tức là làm thế nào để cái mô hình kinh doanh nó bền vững, nó tạo ra lợi nhuận, hoặc là xác định xem đâu là tệp khách hàng tiềm năng của tôi và tôi tạo ra một cái sản phẩm có giá trị cho họ.
To join hands in dealing with these difficulties, a seminar was recently held at Ho Chi Minh City University of Science and Technology on the topic of entrepreneurs and social enterprises. This activity attracted the participation of thousands of young people. Here, three famous and successful speakers in the world, Mr. Ahmad Askar, Ms. Tôn Nữ Thị Nhin, and Mr. Phạm Phú Ngọc Trai, shared various interesting perspectives on social enterprise topics and the responsibilities of social businesses.
Thì khi mà được đi cái talk show như thế này á, thì em có được nhiều cái góc nhìn hơn từ những cái người mà họ đã thành công, họ chia sẻ về những cái góc nhìn về doanh nghiệp xã hội cũng như là về những cái khái niệm mới. Thì khi mà đi những cái talk show như thế này á, thì em cảm thấy là mình học hỏi được rất là nhiều điều.
Theo mình thì doanh nhân xã hội là một doanh nhân khi mà thành lập một công ty thì họ sẽ có những cái mục tiêu, những cái tầm nhìn và những cái định hướng sẽ hướng về xã hội, và đồng thời cũng có thể tạo ra được công ăn việc làm cho nhiều người. Bên cạnh đó là cũng có thể tạo ra lợi nhuận công ty. Còn về doanh nghiệp xã hội thì mình nghĩ là theo mình biết thì những cái mục tiêu của họ sẽ hướng về cộng đồng, và những cái lợi nhuận được họ tạo ra sẽ giúp cho cộng đồng tốt hơn và xây dựng cuộc sống mới hơn và nhiều niềm vui hơn.
And can you share with us how that Vietnamese social enterprise can have a breakthrough in the global market?
There's 100 million people here in Vietnam. You have a huge population with growing demand every day, and now you have to develop new ways to tap in to those young people and the money they're making. You need to provide them with new services, new products that they can actually enjoy buying that has purpose. And I think the businesses that we see here in Vietnam could be open to all of Southeast Asia, and that's what makes me so excited about having offices and an on-the-ground presence here in Vietnam.
And the last thing that you want to share to the young audience?
Well, to all of you young people out there, I want you to dream big, because the limit of your success is controlled by how big you dream. And you only get one, maybe two chances to create your own company which solves a giant problem. And I would say to all of you out there, if you're gonna go big, take a chance and have fun. The most important thing is have fun in what you do, and hopefully the pieces line up and you'll be successful.
We had a great talk today, and once again, thank you for your time.
Wonderful, it's a pleasure to be here in Vietnam, and I look forward to being back with you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is also the end of Sharing Vietnam today. Thank you for watching. Goodbye and see you next time.